Hello, my card making friends. Today I'm going to show you how you only need one simple layout, but I'm going to show you how to use it three different ways. We're going to start simple and then we're going to step it up together. I'm Barb Brimhall and this is Step It Up Stamping. Today, we are using the birthday song stamp set, one of my favorite new stamp sets out of the July 2026 online exclusive products by Stampin' Up. It is a stamp set only. It does not come with any dies. So to step it up, I'm going to be using the Scalloped Blooms dies. I love these dies. They are so much fun. So let's get started on our first card. I call this our Busy Bee card. This is for when you need a card in a hurry, and you can easily make a ton of these cards in a hurry. If you need a lot of birthday cards, this is the one you'll want. We're starting with crisp cantaloupe cardstock. Isn't that a pretty cardstock? It's a nice peachy orangey color, which I thought was perfect to go with flamingos. And then we're using some of the new in color designer paper. It comes in the new 5 in colors, and I'm using crisp cantaloupe for that. I'm using black ink to stamp the sentiment and the flamingos, and then these cute little birthday notes so that your flamingos just look like they're singing at the top of their lungs. I think it's just so fun. And then we're coloring in the flamingos with one set of Stampin' Blends, which is the Crisp Cantaloupe Stampin' Blends combo pack. So in that pack, you get a light blend and you get a dark blend. So it allows you to have that color combination. So you can see how easy and quick this card would come together. Black ink, Crisp Cantaloupe Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers, and you're done. So let's move on to our next card, which I like to call our worker bee card, for when you want to put just a little bit more work into your card. Now, I'm going to keep the busy bee card here. This is our worker bee, and you can almost see at the beginning what I added, which was very minimal. I added a white cardstock mat in the back. And instead of just using a one cut piece of the background paper, and by the way, I do have complete instructions for you, so you could find the link to those in the comments below. But instead of doing that, and I know it's kind of hard to see because there are white stripes in this paper, but that's why I flipped this one over. So you've got polka dots in the middle and then the stripes on the side. These are just 1-inch strips that I cut and then mounted on this white cardstock. And then the only other change I made, let me bring this up. Can you see this really fun embossing folder? So you will need a cut and emboss machine for this to do the background. But if you don't have that, then just leave it plain. It doesn't look bad plain, right? This is just, we're stepping it up a step by adding the Swirls of Magic 3D embossing folder. And it just kind of adds to the vibe of the card with the flamingos singing and the, whimsical look of it. Because I do think that these fonts are rather whimsical, which I like. Okay, so that is our worker bee card when we want to add one more step. But now let me move the busy bee out. We'll move the worker bee over. And now I'm bringing in the fabulous queen bee card. And this is for those of you that really want to step a card up and make a little bit more involved card for that special birthday person. Okay. So let me tell you, we've still got the Swirls of Magic embossing folder on the back there. I've added petal pink cardstock for the sentiment. So I just cut up the happy birthday and then I added the to you. And they're in the, let me actually show you again, in the dies, you could see that little capsule in the second row to the bottom. You can see that little capsule image. Well, that's what we did. We used that die, and then you just trim it down. So this is the same size. I just cut it and trimmed it down so it would have that look. Now, the big thing that's different here, this is the same, the white mat, the 1-inch strips of designer series paper, although they are a little bit longer. I don't know if you could see that, but we added some crisp cantaloupe ribbon, which I think just adds a really nice touch to this. And then the thing that's pretty different, I used a circle scallop from the scalloped bloom dies. That just adds a lot already. And it's easier then to make your notes kind of, here they're kind of straight. This time we sort of rounded it over. But what really sets this one apart, and I think if I show it on the side, you can see that, oh yeah, here, if I do this, and you can curl these up. They were curled before I had them flat, so let me just kind of pull them out here for you. So you can see how that just adds a lot of dimension to your card, and those were fussy cut out using scissors since there are no dies for this set. But I think it was worth the time to do that. I really do. This would be a card that I would only make 1 or 2 of. I would take my time because it would take me quite a while. I don't do fussy cutting very well, my friends, but I know that there are some of you out there that are just speed demons when it comes to fussy cutting. So that would really add a lot to this card. Takes a little time, but I think it's really worth it. And let me bring it up just a little bit closer so you could see those beautiful in color butterflies. And I did use crisp cantaloupe, but I came really close to using, these come in the in colors. So I came really close to using this color, which is Barely Blush. You could do it any way you want. It doesn't really matter. So let me bring these back in. We've got our, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I don't want to be off camera, but we've got our Queen Bee card for the more experienced card maker. We've got our Worker Bee card for when you want to put a little bit more work into it. And then we have our fabulous, I love this card, Busy Bee card. So if you just don't have a lot of products, don't want to pull out a lot of products, and you just need a lot of birthday cards in a hurry, this is your one because it's quick, simple, the coloring is simple, and boy, you can crank a lot of these out. And I think any gender, any age would love this card. And then if you have a card that you need for that very special person, then this would be the one you'd want because honestly, and I know it's really hard to see in person, but those cut out flamingos make all the difference in the world. They're just so cute. And the ribbon. So there you go, my friends. Thanks for joining me today for another Step It Up stamping. I hope you enjoyed this birthday song stamp set as much as I do. I just think this set is so much fun. I'll be back next Sunday with another Step It Up stamping. Have a great creative week, my friends. Bye.